Hello and welcome to A Few Dice Short. My name is DM and I'm the DM, and today is DM Blends. And today on DM Blends, we are blending a dwarf, more specifically Mahir. That guy right there. We're making a chibi version of Mahir today. We made one of Hobbs last time. I think that turned out pretty well. And we do actually have a store now. In case you want any like character art or on shirts or anything like that, got that. And if I can find the command for that, I will post that. I think it's the command. There it is. There's our merch link there. If anyone ever wants to use it, or if anyone has a request, just message us. So far, we're our biggest fans, and I'm perfectly fine with it. And as a kind of heads up announcement, it looks like on the 26th of it's February, right? Yeah, February 26th. It looks like we might be having a special one shot, which we will be giving you more information the week of because we can't do anything before that. Look forward to that. But I'm excited to start on here, so we're jumping right on into it. We got a little bit of a head start, got the body ready, got the skin and stuff prepared, that nice outline going on there. I did make one change to the shaders on here. I found working very nicely. Before, I was using this diffuse shader as the final shading filter, and it didn't look quite right. Like it looked fine. It just was too dark. So I went ahead and changed it to emission. So now there's not going to be any additional shading placed upon it. Well, there's going to be shading placed upon it. It's just not going to be dark. I'm going to keep these same tones. What part should we start on? Go ahead and start out with the pants here. They're more simplistic than Hobbs, which is pretty nice. Hobbs is pretty simple, but he has some texture going on there. We're going to select about a midway point there. Hide it for a second and delete the top half. We really don't need much of the boots here, so we're just going to cut them off there at the ankle. Sorry, Mahir. Unhide that middle section there. And looky there, you almost got some pants. You got some like skin tone yoga pants going on there. Let's add a solidify modifier to that. Give it a bit of depth. That is too much depth. I hit the wrong thing. There we go. Go with a point for the. Seems about right for right now. And don't really have to do too much to his pants, thankfully. Gotta select the color. Delete all these. Don't need them. Copy of that shader. Little did everyone know that Mahir is secretly thick. Change it over to pants. And we're just gonna select that color there. And now he's got some pants. Lower this little bit here. About the end, we're not going to see it. Excuse me, I'm going to need some thick Mahir fan art. That's it for the pants until we get the texturing. Get over to the shirt. Select that midpoint again. Hide it and delete everything below. Waste this time. Well, I mean, he is also Mahir the Giant Slayer, so got a lot going on for him. Go ahead and take the hand. Here around the neck. Hide it. Take the head. And pop. Unhide everything. And there's the face of our shirt. I like the little patterns their character artist did. Look at that X. That is way too nice of an action here. That's also why he uses it all the time he gets a chance. Of course, now he's got Mr. Cleaver. Yes, he did. He did get to keep the horn of blasting. And also, in this instance, it's a trumpet of blasting. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Here I went with a horny bar joke. Okay, we got kind of a button-up deal going on there. So let's delete some of this here. That ring. buff it up here in just a bit. And we get the collar there too. We are going to need a belt. And we'll just make a copy of the pants. And delete everything that's not the waste there. And it's not going right. Let's do straight down this time. We need to change that color, so let's copy the pants shader, turn that to a belt shader. And we can actually add that texture there. Tucking his shirt just a little bit there. The belly button started to stick out a little bit. See about adding that texture in. Delete all this extra stuff that we're not going to be using. Texture on this belt should work for a Veroni texture. I think. That looks pretty close to it. Okay, now we gotta figure out where to connect this part to. I'm right now. Thanks. If I go through here, that should work. Close. Adding some of the color in there. almost it. And the fact that that's got lighter lines between it, I should probably invert the Corona texture. Do that. Add a color ramp. Try to get this a little more sharp. Too dark. Let's lighten that up a little bit. You know what? Let's skip over that invert. Let's do it with the ramp. I think that goes pretty well. Show me. That belt's looking a little too much. That's way too much. Ah, did the wrong thing. Hold on just 1 second. My dog is barking on my door for some reason. Okay, so my dog is blind and he can't find anyone right now, but he found my door. See if I can get someone to come play with him for a little bit. I do not want to be locked in the same room with him right now because he's got some intestine problems right now. You don't want to be locked in a room with that. No, my brother will be getting him. We took him to the vet yesterday. Uh, we were gonna ask about that because he's getting like his updated shots and everything. And right before the nurse walks in, He hotboxes the room. The nurse in bed did not know what hit him. Wait, your daughter or the dog? Well, I'm glad that was clarified. Let's try getting these shoulder pieces in here. I'm going to use the shirt right now. Just realized I named this shader skirt instead of shirt. Yeah, same texture. What that is different. Just kind of a mid-tone here. Do it. Getting the lines picked out for where our shoulder pads are going to be at. That looks good enough right now. Starting point. Get the inner part there. Raise up a little bit, make it a little bigger. Both sides are almost the same. We'll go with this side because that's less work. Oh, sure. You can ask any question that you want. I am by no means a professional DM because half the stuff I make up is on the fly. But yeah, I'll answer anything that you want. I mean, our current campaign's actually at like a halfway point while we're estimating. And we've already started talking about a new campaign after this. And yeah, we've been tossing questions back and forth about characters coming up. I just sent everyone out like a homework assignment about writing their backstories. Gonna try something a little different. Oh, thank you. It really does mean a lot. They're not giving me spoilers. Or else I'm gonna be killing off your character as soon as you make it. Session 1, where this character gets smashed by a rock at the end. A little bit more. Things got layers. Like an onion. Starting to look pretty good. Backstory ideas, fortunately, with this group I play with, they aren't much for actually coming up with anything aside from single sentences. Ah. Chris does a good job with this stuff. He had fun making comps, and he really wants. It sounds like he really wants to make his new character, but he's wanting to wait until we get closer to the end so he can ask some more questions later. Gotta see all the plants align, man. I'll make that a little bit bigger. That doesn't mess up with the moving too much. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get to that point. Whenever I make I change up my idea at least 5 times before I settle on something. Once I start writing their backstory, it's locked in for me. I can definitely feel that. Strap on to make. This is weird. Oh, you get the glove. We can do that. That's easy. Let's puff up these hands a little bit. Too much. Just a tad. I don't give him like Mickey Mouse hands or anything. And got the same texture as armor there. That works. Unmirror that. Slowly starting to get there. Get these swanky boots. That's about mid shin. Right about there. For the pants, we can probably leave most of this. Most of it's going to be covered by boots. Bring that in. Been a little too thick. Work. So what are you guys playing in your current campaign, by the way? What classes? Same section for them. Lightsaber Wizard. I don't think I've ever even read anything into that. All I know is that they're like AC giants. Just can't hit them. Oh my god, that AC is ridiculous. Yeah, wizard with AC 27. That just seems so ridiculous. In like the best way. Buff out this shirt a little bit. I was actually talking about the price walker today. It was an idea that I tossed out. It's not going to be used for our game, the stream game, this game. And Nathan and I were talking about his character for the next campaign, and I just threw out a handful of class suggestions, and one of them was the Horizon Walker. We were talking about that for a little bit, but we're not going to go with that. I'll be going with something definitely interesting. I think he said Mage Hunter. That can't be right. A lot more accessories on here. Yeah, we kind of changed up his story about, as Mike was saying, like 3, 5 times just today. And I think what he's going with, it sounds like it might stick. And it sounds like it's going to be pretty fun to work with. Yesterday, I talked to Matt about his character. I think he's got that figured out. Just needs to come up with how he's getting to where we're starting. Oh yeah, let's start the hair. Okay, go ahead and cursor up here. And we're gonna be bringing out a couple curves. I mean, you guys can all go casters. I mean, things seem to be working out okay with this campaign, right? What? Oh yeah, we were talking about classes, about what you and Scruffy are for your campaign. Saying that he's a blade singer that can get up to like 27 AC, and you're a Horizon Walker Ranger. I'm blind. Let's see. I think, like we were talking about yesterday, like Ayath really hasn't done anything magical to like kill people necessarily. It's just what she's capable of. The fact that she just loves screwing with time. I feel like Hobbs they could at least talk to. I feel like Hobbs could be talked down depending on the situation. Ayath, on the other hand, I feel like she'd be ready to end the world at the drop of a hat. Ah, why is it changing on me? There we go. Finally. This is going to be our starting point for the hair. Get ourselves a shaker. And start with belts since this doesn't have too much on it. Ooh, hair. Read all this stuff right now. Oh, so you're all alpha. That's neat. Here is Mahir with his magnificent Mahir. Got some pretty thick hair. Blow that up a bit. Too much. Start there. And he's got a lot of waves to his hair. Bring this down. Adding a lot of points to it. And now he has an almond on his head. I think the hair goes down to about, I guess, mid-shoulder blades. A good DM would know exactly how long his player's character's hair is at all times. That's your first tip, Mike. No hair length. Know where the G key is on your keyboard. Character has died 5 times, 3 deaths got retconned, taken away via stream points, viewer intervention, 1 legit player revivify spell, and 1 backstory campaign story resurrection that turned my elf folk into a high elf. What the hell is happening in your campaign that you died 5 times, dude? You poor thing. Man, I felt bad what happened to Cassius. A Feywild ride, am I right? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Well, at least the DM's equal opportunity. Yeah, for my home game uh, last Sunday, I we only played for about an hour because an hour into it, Manticore killed my brother's character, and I felt really bad because his character was the one trying to actually fix the situation to the best of his ability. Poor kid. He just didn't have the stats for it. But his character's back though, and he kind of got turned into a warlock now. So fifth character in one game. I don't think I don't think I could put up with the emotional turmoil of that one. Here's balding, right? Pretty sure he's balding. Okay, let's make a quick dwarf beard. Go. Perfect. Oh. What time is that? See if I can watch if I can stay awake. Oh, it's not too bad. I should at least watch most of it. There's Mahir with mutton chops. Looks like a Skyrim character. These parts here will be for beard. Connect this stuff. I want to be of ways for this part. bit. Starting to get there. Here it's probably gonna be interesting to do. Oh yeah, so what are you planning on running, Mike? Here's getting a little too long. Let's crank that up a little bit. And take just a little bit. I gotta change up the shape a little bit. It'll get filled in. To be honest, I actually haven't run starter module before. Hell, I don't know how this beer is gonna turn out. I'm at the sculpted. Oh, you good, man. Emma's first. Let's get mustache hairs going in here. I know it's easier said than done, but don't stress it. Like your first game's never gonna go the way you plan it, and like you could be 30 sessions into a campaign and not really know how to prep. I'm not saying don't, because I usually prep like at least 2 hours beforehand. Are you planning on running like strictly by the book, or are you gonna wing it in some places? What are you gonna do? Yeah, like I was telling Scruffy, I actually haven't run a module before. My first game was homebrew. I mean, it was okay for like learning, but yeah, that game did not go well at all. That was mainly because of the problem player. Yeah, that's more than understandable. Do it, Scruffy. Derail it for him. Show him what it means to be a DM. You gonna have players write up specific backstories or anything, or just like something loose just to get into the story? It actually turned out pretty nice there. But tricycle. I must make a tricycle for the gods themselves. Paylor, take the steering wheel. Oh, wait, tricycles have a steering wheel. I'm dumb. Take the handlebars, Paylor. Oh yeah, the motivation. Yeah, that is definitely a key thing for backstories. For my home game, they kind of have motivation, but not really. They didn't really put anything into their backstories. So it's a kind of like pulling teeth to get them to do anything. That's why I've offered them, like, hey, you guys just want to try a different game at this point? But past Sunday, it got revealed to them like halfway through the set, well, pretty much at the end of the session, that my brother's character came back to life. So now they're actually interested, and so hoping that'll change things. Now you gotta throw in some curveballs to make people interested. Even if it was a total accident. That's mostly true, but we had uh, 3 session 0s that kind of just it all came together. And yeah, for the most part, it's just like they just kind of like being around each other at this point. But they don't really have any real reason to stay together. Yeah, I wanted to make this one kind of a sandbox kind of thing because I've played with Anna and Chris before. Well, yeah, and Matt. Uh, Matt's stealing my damn kills. Uh, but Jack and Nathan, I haven't played with them before, so this campaign was kind of a everyone getting to know each other, me introducing this world, and kind of getting everything started. So we're super excited for the next campaign since everyone is now kind of used to each other after 30 plus sessions, including like one shots and stuff. I think it's only going to get better until it doesn't. Hear the narwhal. Give him a little moustache. Pop the body there. And we're just going to get a couple points around here. And that'll be enough for our mustache. Thickness to this. I'm not sure, but I think you have something against him just a little bit, at least in the aspect of this game. Yeah, for problem player for my first campaign, I don't play with him anymore uh, for other reasons mostly. I don't have anything against the guy; he's fine. But I think his whole deal was that he kind of had more of the, I guess not really power gaming, more the power fantasy aspect of it. He was really into that, and it's perfectly fine. But he gave me a 13-page backstory where he really didn't have a reason to adventure because he had already gained all the knowledge in the universe. And after me taking a hatchet and trimming off as much fat as I could from that, like, okay, can you go with this? Like, eh, all good. And then it's like one little thing after another, he just kind of kept trying to make it into his own game. And I think his dad usually DM for him or something. And to counteract the power fantasy aspect that him and his friends usually played with, I think their DM would put them in more perilous situations, and that's what they were expecting of me. And mind you, this is level 1, and I was like, okay, this is going to be nice, simple, little easy missions to start out with since I'm still new. And one thing led to another. Eventually, like, okay, this character's clearly not working out. You want to just scrap this one, try again. Like, sure, that's fine. It's probably best I kind of step back and say some of the things about just what happened in the game, one of which was pretty funny. Uh, Starting out with this guy's an Aarakocra monk. He stayed in the mountains his whole life in a monastery. He and this is where it's like a planar library where it had all the knowledge of the universe in it, and that's where I was like, yeah, it's a little too much, especially your character's like what 15 has already read all the knowledge in the universe. Yeah, let's trim some of that fat off there. Aside from that, I had the party start out as like, okay, there's an adventurers guild starting up. They're looking for recruits, and your characters, they've met the the leader of this guild, and the guild leader knows that they're capable fighters and they can get the job done. So to start off, like, okay, we have uh, some disappearances going on in this farm nearby. Can you go check it out? After a couple tips from locals, they ended up going to a lake where they uh, kind of bullied a civilian into passing off his rowboat, going over to a little island in the center of it where there was a house that's been abandoned forever. At least it was thought to be abandoned. This is D&D. Nothing's ever abandoned. And after a little bit, they get over there and they're attacked by a half-ogre who's just chucking spears at them and saying, leave my island, stuff like that. So anyways, they kill him. I think my brother wanted to try to talk to him, but the other two are like, oh no, he's throwing spears at us. We can't have that. Well, also funny, my brother's character, he's a bard, and he was hiding a drug problem from the rest of the party. And he was the most stable one out of the whole party, surprisingly. Anyways, moving on after the half ogre, they go into this abandoned house, search through some stuff, and eventually find a secret stairwell underneath the fireplace. Beginning to head down, the monk, or purple monk, asks, "Given my vast knowledge, would I happen to know if this tunnel was man-made or not?" Like, I mean, you not even have to make a check or anything. You can tell that it's man-made. I mean, there's a staircase in it and everything. There's stonework and all. And I can't remember exactly, but the whole thing about is this caused by erosion and everything. It's like he's getting into way more detail than there needed to be in this. So that's fine. That's fine. They finally get down there. They kind of sneak about a little bit. They kind of leave the paladin behind a little bit because he's a big clanky boy. And so the monk and bard get up close to hear what's going on up ahead. And there is a crazy were-rat summoning some, I can't remember if it was demons or devils, something like that. And sitting hunched over in a corner, working all kinds of alchemical formulas and stuff. And I can't remember how he got alerted, but they begin to fight, and the were-rat opens a portal, like the Nine Hells or something like that, and lemurs keep pouring out. Lemurs, however you pronounce that, little gloopy guys keep pouring out. So they got all they have to do is hit them once and they're dead, but can't let them pile up or they'll kill them. So while one's focusing on keeping all the lemurs away, the other two are focusing on the were-rat. Going just fine. Until the monk says, "Hey, I want to question this guy." Okay, that's nice and all, but kind of in the middle of combat with him. I mean, I guess you can try to knock him out or something. That makes sense to me, sure. Yeah, that's not what... He didn't feel like waiting for that. So, he grappled the were-rat, and then proceeded to get irritated after being bitten and scratched by the were-rat several times while grappling it, that he was infected with lycanthropy. And I was like, "Hey man, I don't know how to explain this." But it's not even like the really, I want to talk to you during the fight. It's not like heroes talking to the villain during a fight, like, "Why are you doing this?" This is a absolutely insane were-rat guy who was just summoning demons for the hell of summoning demons. Like, there was no real rhyme or reason to it. And like all this stuff they found is like, yeah, this guy's he's just nuts. But like, yeah, maybe as part of a big conspiracy, that's fine. But the fact that he goes and grapples a were-rat, and for everything up to this point, he was asking me, like, "Can I make a check to see if I know this? Can I make a check to see if I know this?" And like, yes or no, as usual. Until he decides to grapple the were-rat. That's when he doesn't ask me, and then gets affected. So they end up killing all that. He's infected. He's got like a week until anything takes effect. So they begin looking into a cure. They got two leads. There is a werebear way up north in some magical woods that could help him. Or there is like an old hag that she's not it's mostly just has a hag stat block that helps with interesting cases. And when they got back to the guild hall, made sure everything's good and okie dokie. Like, okay, go take care of your thing real quick. Let's just see if there happens to be any quest in either of these directions. And two members, the paladin, the bard, like, hey, there's a quest just south of here. Hey, and that's where we might be able to get you a cure from this crazy lady. All good, right? Monk wanted to go to the werebear because that was more for certain, which I understand that. But I told him out of character, like, okay, man, I'm gonna. You don't have to worry. It's just gonna be a different price to pay. Is all. Like, either way, you're gonna have to pay a price. It's just gonna be a bit of a different price. Just kind of give him some reassurance that everything's okay. Just to put a little trust in me. And he went along with it for a little while. Until the dumb paladin, like, God, you know, I've always wanted to know about Aarakocra biology. Do you guys lay eggs? And, like, this monk has been talking about how he is specially trained, he has mental fortitude and everything, and he punches the bard in the face right after this, after saying, I have mental fortitude, and the bard says, do you guys lay eggs? And this is a monk, so whenever he throws the punch, he doesn't say non-lethal or anything, he just says, I'm gonna punch him in the face. And it was so funny. It was a running joke for the table and, like, in private chats for a while, like, guys, trust me, I have mental fortitude. I can pass any check. I cannot be angered unless you ask me if I lay eggs. And it just kept snowballing and snowballing with more and more stuff. Eventually, like, they go to this hag lady, and she's like, okay, I can help you. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. And the monk did not want to wait that long. It was like cutting real close. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm flying up north. I'm gonna go talk to the werebear. And that's when he's like, okay, yeah, your character's gone for now. You're start over, start fresh. That was a mistake. He made the edgiest edgelord that one could think of. Drow Gloomstalker to stay enough. And one thing I was very stressed a lot during this during character creation for that game is you guys work together. Like, part of your backstory has to be like that you're willing to work with other people. Otherwise, what's the point of being an adventurer? Which I think made sense. But Edgy McEdgerton did not play nicely with others. If you ever seen Naruto, it felt like Sasuke levels of edge. So they end up meeting the drow like halfway to their destination, and that's like, okay, as a hunter, as a ranger, you got a little information about what they're hunting. You know, there's this giant pit here. Because again, they're investigating some more disappearances. But this one actually leads to something instead of just a crazy we're at. The ranger got like 2 or 3 different leads. I can't remember how many. And one was a like a large cavern underneath the hills. They tried that first, and that didn't go so well. They found out there was a bunch of hill giants in there. Well, they failed a check and they thought it was hill giants, but instead it was just a couple ogres that they'd be fighting one at a time. So they might be able to make it, but scared them out. Understandable. And then they went over to these ruins. Went through there, got inside after squeezing through some tight holes. Fought a couple undead guards that popped up. Came across some monstrosities. I cannot remember the names of the creatures, but fighting these monstrosities, this guy pops up like right after they finish killing him, and great time. And it was gonna be the big bad evil guy of the campaign. Sorry, someone just kind of came in. But it was gonna be the big bad evil guy of the campaign. Everything, all was good. They end up finding a elemental gem. I might be getting my campaigns mixed up a little bit, but they pretty much were the same. They found an elemental gem and like a treasure hoard that the rogue was. The ranger, like, yeah, I'm gonna sneak up to the treasury that they have up there, and I'm gonna steal a bunch of gold for myself. Not tell anyone that it's even up there. I'm gonna steal a bunch of stuff for myself. Tell no one, because I'm a lone wolf. And he finds an elemental gem in there. It was a fire elemental gem, but his character doesn't know that. Neither did he either. So after taking care of that whole quest, finding out why people were disappearing, it's because giant bird things were coming around and kidnapping people and eating them. You know, that old stick. Get back to the guild hall, and I gave them an artificer there that, since they didn't have a wizard or anything, they could turn stuff in for free, and like after a day, they'll identify stuff for them. He gave the elemental gem over to the artificer, and I can't recall exactly, but there was some emergency that wasn't all too pressing, actually. And like later the next day, like, come by tomorrow night, I'll get you I'll tell you exactly what this gem is, no problem. The ranger decides to go over and start banging on the artificer's door as the artificer pleads, "Please, I don't have time right now. I'm in the middle of researching this gem and it's very dangerous." And the entire party's yelling at him, "Please stop, please stop. We can go take care of this thing. You don't need whatever he has." And he just kept hitting, like, "No, I want my stuff. Because if we're going to be gone for a while, I want to make sure I have all my stuff." And again, I kept warning him, this is very tedious research. If the slightest mistake is made, something bad will happen. I need to keep my concentration." And he just kept doing it. I was like, "Okay, roll me a D100. He rolls a 1 on the D100, something like that. And I told him to make a dexterity saving throw. No, he could not take a hint, apparently. But, yes, told him to roll a dexterity save. And then I told everyone else that was around there to also make a dexterity save. As the room exploded, and now they're dealing with a fire elemental inside of their guild hall, where half of their guild hall was just destroyed. And they had like some sort of like war band over the hill or something. I can't remember exactly. They had to take care of. I was like, okay, you guys go ahead and fight this thing. They end up winning just barely. And that's about where that campaign ended, because we were just done with him being impatient edgelord. Uh, they weren't too high of a level, but they had like a bunch of other. They had fodder there. They had people that knew that were a little stronger than them that could offer support. So, and also it was like a weakened fire elemental. So it was like a, yeah, they could die, but if they play it smart, they'll be fine. But that was the final straw, because he got mad that a fire elemental broke out and destroyed half the guild, and I didn't give him enough warning. The rest of the party let him know that I gave him more than enough chances. That is my little rant for the day. I know it wasn't the most well put together because it happened so long ago. I'm just trying to remember it. There's probably a bunch of ums and uhs there. Yeah. Yeah, he's got sideburns. Thank you. I can't even remember how my character got infected. I think it was just like kind of more random chance during a fight. I think. Can't quite remember. Then again, I probably did something stupid though. Yeah, I didn't roll very well for my character, and I decided to dump con. Don't dump con. will die when I say you die. From what Chris was telling me, it seems like it was mostly combat based. It seems a little too light. There's nothing wrong with the combat-oriented campaign. Just gotta get everyone else involved in it. That's the issue. But everyone's good with it. Whenever he stops paying attention to you like that, that's when you just start saying things like, "Yeah, I got this 100 gold that I from underneath this rock." I mean, if he's not paying attention, is he gonna stop you? Yeah, whenever they start RPing amongst themselves during the stream game, it's it's fantastic. I absolutely love being able to sit back, just listen to them, and plot on how to ruin it. Oh, I'm not hiding it. Now, we are actually going to be running a extremely combat heavy one shot uh, on the 26th. Pretty sure it's 26th so far. And it sounds like it's going to be a great time. It didn't get disapproved, so I guess it's all good. And everyone said that they were good for that day. Whenever I took the little poll. Figure out how to get some pearls looking in there. Well, again, I'm still waiting to hear back from them for some confirmation on some things. After this, if we don't have an email from them, I'm gonna resend it. The strength of beard, I think it's gonna cover up the armor. Like we have set from the time we actually accept it, we have like 7 days to do the stream. So we accept it Sunday, promote it, and Saturday, one shot. Yeah, whenever I solidify this, I'm gonna have to go back and kind of curl up the hair and everything. I think it's a good base. But for right now, let's go ahead and hide all the hair. Keep that mustache there. Hey, it's Luigi. Work on adding that strap. And technically, this piece would need a strap right there, too. So we'll add that. Hey, Mario, it's me, Luigi. Pretty good impression, right? Here's my impression of Luigi finding out that Daisy doesn't want a second date. Oh no, it's me, Luigi. Can't believe you're not going out on another date with me. Wait, that was Waluigi. No, it's a very sad story. No need to cry. Cry. Can I get a like in the chat? Can I get a pog in the chat for every time you cry? I cry every time. Yes, F pog. Boom, easy stash. Solidify that. And same texture as the belt. I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit. And a little bit there should be fine. not going to be exactly the same, but yeah, that makes a little more sense. Looking snazzy. Mustache Mahir. Let's see if I can make this shoe a little more three-dimensional than just going over the 2D texture. I don't recommend trying to catch a train, they're very big. Oh, goodbye and good luck to you on that quest. better. Hair back on there. No, we're gonna change this to Mahir. Oh, that's a lot of things. I think the thing I'm most anxious about is that I feel like I have to prep. I thought that said P for a second. Maybe if you get so anxious you could feel like you gotta pee during a game. Just I don't know. From the toilet. Prep. How to prep the whole module of my new campaign. Have everything at least all already based off what's written, not including anything the players changed for real. Because all I want there, because I want there to still be the illusion that the players can make their own decisions, dictate the story, which ultimately they will. Yeah, with how the module is written, they can essentially do the content in order with little to no consequences. In any order, sorry. Don't railroad, but give them very limited options. Like, they have the option to do 5 things. Try to narrow it down to 2 that you can have ready. And try to do everything you can to persuade them to do one of those 2 things. That way they still have some choice, and it feels like they have more options. But as players, hopefully they'll understand, like, okay, he's pointing us towards these 2 because he wants us to go here. Then again, you could have players like I sometimes have for my home game, where they're like, okay, the DM wants us to go this way. We're going another way. Just to screw with them. And in that case, just do what you can, so long as everyone has fun and you do what you can to stick to the world. No one's gonna mind. Especially for something like Lost Mines of Fendover. I mean, chances are they might have done it before. As forever DM, I can't really account for what I would do. I just have to get into the minds of my players and characters, which is a little easier to do once you played a couple sessions in a game, though. I mean, as long as they're not trying to completely derail things, I don't see a problem in that. Them wanting to change things up a little bit. I mean, I'm sure you don't either. What you're writing. I mean, from what I hear, it's like a fairly simple thing, simple module to run. So I think it should be good. heck, if things do get derailed to a point, just have fun with it. Like, even if it doesn't really go all too well with the module itself, if it turns it into a fun game, it doesn't matter. But once you start learning what the characters and players want, then you can learn how to bait them, which is really fun to do. Like, jokingly whisper, breaking and entering whenever the party comes across an empty house. Whenever you wanted them to do that in the first place. I sure hope they're not listening right now. Another player that doesn't play anymore completely derailed our Intel campaign, and it was glorious. I really don't know the modules, but please enlighten me as to how you managed to derail the campaign. I love good derailment stories. Ruffled. See the BP. Shame. Module is written to be heroes. The model's suggested mechanics to give some, if not all, the players a campaign-specific quirk or secret. I like where this is going already. I can already see the problems that will cause. One of the players was given the secret of being born on the Frost Maiden's holy day, so he developed the quirk of thinking he was the Frost Maiden's chosen one. Okay. This character and my character became best buds. I had a secret that I was doppelganger. Doppelganger. That's a pretty good secret to have. So when we find out, we were just like, okay, shrug, no biggie. And his quirk essentially derailed the whole campaign. When another player's character found out I was a doppelganger, they tried to kill me because the secret. Because their secret. It became a whole bunch of backstory that was never written into the module. It was great. We ended up siding with the Frost Maiden and got her blessings bonus. Yeah, from what I hear, that's not how the module is supposed to go. Honestly, that's a pretty good derailment. Yeah, the one player who would have been opposed, we already chased off when they found out my secret. The the whole the bad guy has some valid points. I'm joining them. Derailment. I do enjoy that a lot. You're right. That is a glorious derailment. the whole thing I get nervous about is player combat, player versus player combat. Like that gets me on edge. Like it's great when it happens naturally sometimes, but like I feel like it's wrong for me to step into that. Like, how did the combat go, or was there a combat? Like just like talk it out, or whenever came down to one player not exactly agreeing. To derail the ending even more, my character went off on their own because the town they lived in got sacked. Got ambushed by some of the Draugr that were still slinking around. Got killed while I was solo. So this has saved my life in return for signing a contract with him. Didn't really have any negative side effects until the very end of the game. I got 2 free levels of Warlock, and at the end of the campaign, we're in a we're in a fallen, Netherus falling flying city. I get my body taken over by Lepistus, and he activates an obelisk in the city, taking everyone in the city back in time to when he is no longer locked in a block of ice. Man, now that's some derailment right there. I always wanted to do something with Lepistus. How bad are you at catching trains? Around of Pokeballs? Did it restock? Yeah, he was telling me about he was found out that he was a doppelganger and things kind of got a little hairy. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, well, if people would stop depending on the nice doppelganger bard fighter, no one would have to die. Also, little gnomes need to not have their slod babies in their stomachs. I like slods. They're pretty great. But yeah, it's not a good place to keep them. They usually tend to pull an alien on you. Couch right there. Here. She didn't have to die. She just needed to stay at the door like I told her. She ran after me, super sketchy, like, and didn't let me have a civil conversation with the rest of our party. It sounds like you just had like a lot of intense encounters with one another during the whole campaign. I think the most conflict that Adventures in Vankervillas has amongst the party is probably number one, Bonnie talking to the mage hunters, and two, Hobbs pleading with Iant for what the hell she's planning to do about Cassius. But that was just funny. Oh yeah, probably won't. Oh yeah, there was the getting kicked out of Lapisi thing. To be fair, you weren't kicked out. It was just in your best interest to get out. With a difference. And the session after that was how Cassius lost an eye. Yeah, but on the bright side, now Hobbs gets to play with guns. And isn't that what's really important? We gotta fill up the time somewhere. Got a wood grain texture on that I'm gonna have to add. But for now, we'll fill it in with something like Have your responsibilities. You know what? I think it should be a trumpet now. I'm just gonna do that Chibi. Do not judge potato by its shape, judge potato by the content of its starch or something. The card do be a little thick though. Lay that sick meme on me, bro. Me, I'll have the sloppy Joe. Why? This is a fancy restaurant, idiot. Baka. Apologies. I'll have the uncouth Joseph. Excellent choice, sir. I accept it. We need a new bard for our campaign. Are you interested? Sadly, Jack came down with the case of. I'm still trying to figure that out. Ah, yes, fighterism. That's it. Wait, I can give you guys inspiration. No, he's just a bard. He just really likes swinging an axe. Seems rightish. Yeah, just wait till he hears about Hobbs becoming a warlock. Oh, dude, I forgot he's not caught up. With all of this almost done, I think I might finish up for tonight. Outline on this thing. That's all good. Oh, I don't care about multi-class requirements when it comes to becoming certain classes, especially if it's becoming a warlock. It just means that I usually get to have a little more fun with it. Yeah, definitely have to change up that hair. I'm really crazy about it. Maybe it's just too much wavy. my brother's character became a warlock Sunday. Uh, like, okay, what does the patron want me to do? Don't worry about it. You want your character back or not? Like, well, can I know what the patron does? Like, sure, you could tell me what. Tell me, what do you want the patron to be? Want it to have to do something with vengeance? Okay, good enough. Now he has the manifestation of vengeance uh, that he has to owe a favor at some point. Which I'm sure will be handled very well. No, this just happens to have the same name. The Spirit of Vengeance. He's actually going Archfey. No, he's actually going Undying because he died. That is true. Because I gave him the option that he could choose Archfey, Fiend, or Undying as his pact, because it really fit the bill for any one of those three. And here Chris is wanting stuff. What do you think this is? Some sort of game where we make up the rules? Well, it depends on the Fiend and how things are being run. Who knows? Maybe the demon's just like, yo, dude, here, take some power. Pick me up some ice cream or something. Yeah, I think I'm done on this for tonight. I'll add some more. And right after I get this done, we'll throw up some Chibi Mahir merchandise on the store. Alongside your boy Hobbs. I'm very proud of Chibi Hobbs. I think it turned out really well. But Mahir is like the perfect character all around, honestly. Like anyone else, like why even bother? There is Hobbs. That's the final product for Hobbs, and I think it turned out pretty good. we're gonna try to get Mahir here at that level. Quick. Give it a second, it's loading up. That is the Hobbs experience. But he babysits with a gun. Maybe got some dirt on his pants. We got the little buttons going on there. We got his dual fanny packs. We kind of got the little tattoo on his arm there. Yes. Yeah, dual fanny pack. That's what I said, right? We actually do have the merch store up. There's only like 5 things on there right now. And it's just kind of like a, hey, if you want something, just ask us and we'll put it up there. Like Chris requested a Hobbs hoodie. Not Hobbs hoodie, but the what is it? The Hobbs sticker and the whole party on a hoodie. There's the link in chat if you want to look at it or anything. We got it to the lowest price we could set it to. Oh, that's good. I know on there it says like shipping orders and stuff could be delayed. Do you know which one's shipping? Ah, t-shirt. You know what? That is probably a smart idea. I haven't tried to order anything yet. I think I might do that after the stream. Either that or just wait till Chris gets his. It looks like the quality's pretty good. Anyways, I think I am done for tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by. Real fun talking about some D&D with y'all. I am off to probably go to sleep. I'm tired. Well, hopefully we see you Saturday, but by the sound of it, it sounds like you're not gonna stop in for that one. Since you're a little behind. I sure hope Chris stops by Saturday. How do I raid? I usually just have Christ. There we go. I think it'll work. Here it goes. Maybe raiding the Grumpy Dungeon Master, maybe it doesn't work. Invalid name. I spell something wrong. Oh, Dungeon Masters. There we go. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.